beautiful.
Halloween is all about pumpkins galore. So these are 3 books about pumpkins and more. One is on a farm, one is with a cat, one will have flying pumpkins. How about that? So kid, get cozy, go and be a bumpkin, because the next half hour is all about the pumpkin. Hey kid, welcome to this KidTime Spooky Time, where it's Halloween and we're about to go out in the middle of nowhere, where there's a pumpkin patch and it's desolate, and a young pumpkin is about to face his greatest fear ever.
A soggy bottom?
No!
A turkey attack?
No!
Might it be Peter, pumpkin eater?
That's a good one, Farrah Fox. Thank you. But no.
Oh.
The young pumpkin's greatest fear is discovering that he does not fit in. No! No!
Oh, wait, like the pumpkin on your head?
Oh, that one there that doesn't look like the others?
Is that... Oh, it's Spookley the Square Pumpkin! It's Spookley the Square Pumpkin! I love Spookley! Oh, if you love Spookley, you're going to love this story.
Yes, because it is Spookley's origin story. And if you don't know Spookley the Square Pumpkin,
You're about to meet him, and you will love him! Oh!
yes, the good kind of screaming. Ah! All right, but first... now we're going to get scary because we're going into the spooky pumpkin patch.
It's not spooky.
It's spooky. Here we are. There. Oh, looks so cute.
But wait, there's drama ahead.
One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookley wasn't like his friends where they had curves. He had ends. Spookley was different. He was odd. He was rare. Spookley the pumpkin wasn't round. He was square. Oh! While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookley sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookley wished he was round and could roll everywhere. Right? Everybody's just rolling along, and Spookley's just like... That is... until one night, when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be square.
That's impossible.
No, actually, it's called It's Hip to Be Square.
That doesn't sound like a real song.
It's a real song. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. Cue the lightning, cue the thunder, cue the rain. Oh, gosh, I don't know if I should have done that.
I brought your umbrella.
Thank you. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to get sopping wet reading the story, and thank goodness Green Bear came to the rescue. Well, the umbrella's sort of Green Bear size, but we'll make do. Going on. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed around pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, then off they'd go. Bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight. Spookley sat there, filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. Suddenly, the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins roll out and into the bay. Cue the dramatic, theatrical adventure music. Cue more lightning, more thunder. The wind is blowing. The drama is high. What's going to happen? We've already lost 3 pumpkins. 3 pumpkins overboard. Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried. He finally flipped. He was on his side. Again he tipped. Again he flopped. Again he flipped. And then he stopped. Right in the gap where the fence had snapped. He blocked the way. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray! Spookley the Square Pumpkin had saved the day!" Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would start to crack. And then another one hit him with a thump, and another one with a smack.
I like this part.
They're not hitting him on purpose, I promise. It's the wind, the wind! Then one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash, and then it all went black. And then we immediately fade up to see the sun shining, the birds chirping. All is calm again in the pumpkin patch. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. And when the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. And that is the hero reveal right there. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too, but there was brave little Spookley, sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there, the farmer knew of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spookley's were the most special that he had ever grown. And the next year, when it was time to sow, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And oh! That morning, about mid-June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere. Hundreds and hundreds, most of them square! Look, squares everywhere. Square, 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 square. Yeah, square as far as the eye can see. Moo.
Bats, I see you. Don't think I haven't seen you.
But some were cubes, and some rectangular, some were flat, and others triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones, and 2 rows of blue. There were polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too. There were hundreds of thousands of colors and shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes! Oh, what a garden variety makes! Now, every year on Halloween, Spookley's patch is quite the scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare, then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. Look at these beauties. I want one of each. And that one looks like a bell. That one looks like a big flat blankie. This one's perfectly red, almost looks like a watermelon.
So now, not only is Spookley not alone, he has company. He is cool.
He is cool because, well, look, it looks really good. So now you know the story of how Spookley grew. Maybe someday you'll tell someone too. And they'll go tell someone who will go tell another. And maybe one day we all will discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover.
We gotta find bats. Bats. Bats.
Except with Jefferson, you can always judge her by the cover. So, we just enjoyed a lovely day on the farm. Next up, going north, where pumpkins fly. And it's freezing!
I know why it's so cold. Oh no, because we're in the Canadian Arctic, and I have a song just for the occasion. No, I don't think you do. Oh yes, I do. It's a classic Inuit song for Halloween. I feel like you're just making that up right now. Here I go. Oh, here we go. When pumpkins fly on Halloween, in the dark of night, I am the queen. Bats do, bats do, bats do. I feel like all you're doing is just singing Bat Stew over and over again. Bat Stew. Oh, that was absolutely dreadful, Maleficent. Oh, hello, Olivia the Ostrich, and thank you. Oh, I did not mean that as a compliment. Harumph.
Harumph indeed. Now that we have that fake Inuit song out of the way, let's go to the Canadian Arctic where the last plane is coming in and the pumpkins are flying. What do you mean? Let's see. But even though Halloween tends to be the same everywhere, there are pumpkins, there's like witchy people, there are costumes. Every place might have a little twist on the tradition, their own stories, their own folklore, and that is what we are about to explore in Canada. Oh, are you wondering why I'm looking up? Canada. Because I'm in the United States of America and Canada is up there. Hey, neighbor!
Hey there, storyteller.
They're so nice up there, aren't they? Okay, pumpkins are flying! On the last cargo plane to fly into our community before Halloween, there are boxes and crates and bags of groceries, snowmobile parts, and mail. That's right, because it gets so cold up there in Canada, in the northern parts, that they can't fly planes in after a certain time of the year. So this is the last plane until the spring when planes can come back. So they got to get all their supplies in. And guess what's on board? Pumpkins! Fa la 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 la. At the back of the cargo hold, there are also some passengers. They aren't wearing seatbelts to keep from rolling around because the seats have been taken out of the plane and the passengers are heavy, hard, cold, and orange. Orange. This is a time of year when pumpkins fly. After the pilots land the plane and open the door, a truck pulls up and all of the cargo is loaded onto the truck. Soon a pilot closes the door, the engine starts, and the plane flies away. Goodbye. See you in the spring. The cargo truck heads to the store before the groceries freeze. Ooh, I should have worn a coat. I knew I was going to be cold in this story. So our school principal has heard that the plane has flown overhead and she calls the store to speak to the manager. Hello? Hello there. I'm the principal of the school. Yeah, that's me. You remember me, little Timmy? Listen up. Please send some pumpkins to the school ASAP, she says. ASAP, as soon as possible. And everyone always pays attention when the principal says ASAP. When the pumpkins arrive, some older students help to bring a pumpkin to each of the classrooms. I look at our big orange guest. What kind of thing is a pumpkin? And even more importantly, what are we going to do with it? Now, some of you may already know about pumpkins because, we're super smart around here. But each pumpkin is different. Will this pumpkin be funny? Will it be spooky? Will it be silly? Will it be scary? Because, pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns can be any of those things. Now, when school is almost over, after we have carved a face of the pumpkin, eaten raw pumpkin inside, ew, raw? I prefer mine a little cooked, to be honest with you. And baked pumpkin seeds, yummy, and cleaned up because it gets very messy. The real excitement begins. Someone will get to take the pumpkin home with them and put it on their porch for Halloween night. Woo! That makes so much sense. I mean, why leave it in an empty classroom, right? Which brings up something I decided to share with you. I have a pumpkin that I carved. And it looked incredible, but now it looks terrible. Like it melted. And I don't know what happened because I don't always carve pumpkins. And, well, just see for yourself. Hey, magical tech guy, can you make the pumpkin pop up? Yep. Yep. Thank you, magical tech guy.
You are welcome.
That's my pumpkin. And it's scary for all the wrong reasons. I did not know that a pumpkin can melt into itself. But this is not a problem in Arctic Canada because it is freezing there and the pumpkin is not going to melt into itself like my pumpkin did. Moving on. So, someone's going to take the pumpkin home for Halloween night and we get ready to pick a name from our teacher's mug where we have all put our names. The teacher pulls out a slip of paper and reads, my name! My name? Oh no, actually, this guy's name. This guy's name! My name has been called! Woo-hoo-hoo! I carry carry the pumpkin home carefully and place it on my porch steps. It gets dark soon after we get home from school. It's time to have tea and bannock and put on our boots, coats, and costumes. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, storyteller. What is this bannock business? Because I'm not from Canada and I may not know what bannock is. Well, little short story for you here. I didn't either. I had to look it up. It's a special bread. And it's sort of kind of like fry bread, which is also another Native American bread that we eat here on the US side. But it's it could be fried, it could be baked, it is round, and it is delicious. So little bread, little tea, take off those boots, coats, and costume, put on the costumes. Oh, here we go. Light the candle in the pumpkin. Tonight's the night for trick-or-treat fun. There are kids, teens, elders, parents with babies, and toddlers all out trick-or-treating. It's fun to go to every house. Our bags, full of candy are heavy to carry when the wind is blowing hard. I know I should have worn a coat. We're in Canada today. Look at that. Those bags are heavy. What is this guy? Like Robot Dude? And this is Skull Dude? And this is Ghosty Dude? Oh yeah, we got a lot of different kinds of Halloween dudes. And dudettes. When we've collected all we can carry, we go home for more tea. Maybe we'll have candy, pork chops, fish, or goose soup to eat. Goose soup? Have you ever had goose soup before? Oh, as long as it's not ostrich soup, slurp away, children, slurp away. But stay away from the ostrich. Yes, no ostrich soup. No. We do not slurp our divas. Okay, we go to the community hall. There's a dance tonight for everybody, a costume parade, and a costume contest. There are games to join in, too. After all the fun, we go home. It is very late when we get to sleep. As I drift off, I think about the Tunat who live out on the land. Another new word. Let's find out what it means. Halloween is a night to think about these ancient and wise beings who like to visit our community. When the night is dark, the Tunat are awake. Do you see the shadow? Could that be it right there? Is that it? Wait a minute. Am I saying it right? I'm not sure. I've never met this word before. Tunat. Yes, that's how it's telling me to say it. Tunat. Names for beings found around the community of Sanikilok, Sanikilok. I'm sorry if you're in Canada and you know that I'm saying it wrong, but I'm trying really hard. I've never seen that word before, but that is the town up there in Canada that this is all taking place in. The wind blows harder and the candle in the pumpkin burns out. The pumpkin begins to change. It becomes wrinkled and shriveled. Kind of like mine, but yeah, kind of like mine actually. Then the pumpkin is frozen. Maybe foxes and ravens will come to eat it? Or maybe snow will cover it? Ooh, there's a raven. Is it going to eat it? Are you going to have this pumpkin pie? What's happening here? When the Tunat come to our community, ooh, do you see it? You see it right there? Looks a little bit, reminds me a little bit of Oogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas with that face and those funny looking hands. When the Tunat come to our community, they like to come at night. They go into and out of houses, the store, the school, anywhere. They're looking for things they need. Things they need? Like what? Like a backpack? A number 2 pencil? An eraser? An apple? A pie crust to make pumpkin pie with a pie that they're taking? Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, the Tunat will come tonight and carry the pumpkin away. Maybe Tunat will take the old pumpkin with them back out on the land. But what will the Tunat do with an old and super cold pumpkin? The end. Until pumpkins fly again. A mystery. Bad stew! Bad stew! Oh my goodness, is this song not over yet? Bad stew! I will be performing in Northern Canada at the Canadian Amphitheatre, and the tickets are $7 million, and that includes a free bowl of bad stew. So I expect to see you all there at the stroke of midnight. Witches Weekly called her concert the must-miss show of the year. Speaking of shows, our KidTime Pumpkin Time Grand Finale features a celebrity, Pete the cat. And in honor of Pete, I created a one-of-a-kind original cat-inspired costume. Not that anyone seemed to appreciate it.
What are you supposed to be?
Well, isn't it obvious?
Absolutely not.
I am clearly a feline pumpkin queen.
That's not a thing.
It's a thing.
That's definitely not a thing. That's what I said. Olivia, how dare you? Well, there's no such queen like that where I'm from. Or where I'm from.
Well, where I'm from, there is such a thing as a pumpkin feline queen because I come from a place of imagination.
StoryTeller,
Green Bear!
what are you supposed to be?
I'm clearly a feline pumpkin queen.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing. Oh, really, Ghosty? Well, I'm not even going to translate what you said.
Oh, hey, storyteller. Oh, or should I say, feline pumpkin queen?
Dill, you got it. And clearly you are a one-eyed pumpkin pirate pickle.
Yup.
See, he got it. And if it wasn't clear enough, I am clearly a feline pumpkin queen because we are reading Pete the Cat, 5 Little Pumpkins. See, cat, meow, pumpkins. Makes perfect sense, right?
You say so.
Okay, I do say so. Let's go in and see what's happening in this special Pete the Cat Halloween story. Whoa, this is very orange, much like my shirt. Pete the Cat, 5 Little Pumpkins. Woo! Is that a frog witch on a flying broomsicle? Yes! 5 little pumpkins. Let's just count to be sure. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. 5 little pumpkins. Sitting on a gate, the first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late. Bye, it's getting late. Look at the giant watch on even the bird." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." The third one said, "But we don't care."
What? They should really care. You should be really horrified and scared.
They should be. The fourth one said, "Let's run and run and run." And where does Pete suddenly pull out 4 red high tops? And tweet, tweet. So does the bird. That's pretty spiffy to just have on hand like that. The fifth one said, "I'm ready for some fun. Arr! It's Pirate Pumpkin. Arr!"
Now what are you supposed to be? I really have no idea.
Clearly, ladies, I am a feline pumpkin pirate queen.
Still not a thing. I have to agree.
Those two. Oh, went the wind. I was going to say, ooh, but really, look at the wind's face. It's more like a, went the wind. And the pirates are like, oh, and the pumpkins are, oh, and the Dracula pumpkin, oh, and the Franken pumpkin, oh, and just the other pumpkin, oh. And out went the lights. Boom. Excuse me? Off-screen, never seen technical genius?
How can I help you?
Can you turn on the magic power light source, please?
As you wish.
It's good to have a magical off-screen, never seen technical genius. Trust me on this. And the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. And wait a minute, Pete has just transformed into
Robot Pete. Pete is a robot. Pete is a robot now.
Now what are you supposed to be? I really don't understand.
I am clearly a robo-feline pumpkin pirate queen.
Still not a thing. Still not a thing.
I don't compute what they say. Moving on.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hello, storyteller.
Hi, Dr. Dinosaur, you recognize me?
Oh, of course, you look great as a robo-feline pumpkin pirate queen.
See? And that's why it's best to be from the land of imagination.
Imagination.
So be anything this Halloween. I think original is super nice. But remember, everything's a bit better with a dash of pumpkin spice. Boom.